So today, we're going to break down a really simple but powerful blueprint for building a more meaningful life. And look, forget about those huge sweeping changes for a minute. We're going to explore a framework that's all about small, consistent actions, the kind that can totally reshape how you experience your days. All right, let's jump right in.
I mean, it's such a common feeling, isn't it? You're busy, you're getting stuff done, but something just feels a little off. You get stuck in that daily grind and life kind of starts to lose its color. But what if the answer isn't some huge, dramatic life overhaul? What if it's something way, way simpler?
So many of us feel this constant pressure to chase these huge, monumental goals, right? The next big promotion, the perfect house, that epic vacation we see on social media. But what if real fulfillment is actually found in the art of small, consistent, joyful moments instead? That's the big idea we're going to unpack here. So let's get into how to actually build that.
All right, so our first pillar is all about curiosity. This is about reigniting that spark of wonder, that feeling of discovery you had when you were a kid. It's really about letting go of that need to be an expert at everything and just allowing yourself to be a beginner again. That's what can make life feel truly exciting.
Yeah, this quote really nails it. The enjoyment comes from the process, not from being perfect. It's not about becoming a master overnight. It's about finding joy in just trying something new, even if you kind of stumble through it at first. The goal isn't to be good at it. The goal is just to have fun exploring.
So, okay, how do you actually do this? Well, it can be as simple as letting yourself fall down a YouTube rabbit hole about some topic you know nothing about, or trying a new recipe and not caring one bit if it's perfect, or even just asking why a little more often. It's all about feeding your mind with new stuff with absolutely no strings attached.
And that brings us really nicely to our second pillar, connections. So after looking inward with curiosity, it's time to turn outward, to the people around us. Because, let's be real, a meaningful life is almost never a solitary one. And this is all about shifting our focus from quantity to quality. It's not about having a massive social circle. It's about nurturing just a few authentic connections where you feel truly seen and supported. It's all about depth, not breadth. Just think about where you're investing your social energy. Those quality connections, they give back so much more than they take.
And the best part is building these connections doesn't require some grand gesture. It's really about the simple things. Spending time with people who genuinely make you feel good, sharing a laugh, and really listening when they talk. These little acts of presence, that's the real foundation of strong friendships.
Okay, so this brings us to pillar number 3, and this one is all about presence. It's about learning to find the special and the ordinary, just by paying a little more attention to the world that's right there in front of you.
And this is such a powerful idea when you think about it. We rush through our days, right? We're just hopping from one task to the next, and we completely miss these little pockets of joy that are right there. But by consciously slowing down, even for just a moment, we can actually turn a totally routine day into a series of special experiences.
So how can we do this? Well, think about it. The last time a song you loved came on, did you really listen to it? Or at your last meal, did you actually take a second to savor the taste? It's about finding those little moments of quiet to just breathe. These aren't complicated things. They're just simple shifts in your awareness.
All right, our fourth pillar is movement. And this one is all about reframing something that, let's face it, a lot of us see as a chore, exercise, and turning it into a source of actual enjoyment and energy.
This is a really key mindset shift. It's time to forget about the numbers on the scale or the miles on the treadmill. The real goal should be way simpler. Do I feel better after I move? Do I feel more energized? Honestly, that's the only metric that truly matters. So what does this look like in the real world? It could mean dancing around your kitchen while you're making dinner. It could be going for a walk while listening to your favorite podcast, or just taking a few minutes to stretch when you're feeling stressed out. The whole idea is to connect movement with pleasure, not with punishment.
And that leads us to our final pillar, number 5, express yourself. And this is all about getting what's inside out. Whether that's through words or art or just a good conversation, self-expression is such a vital part of feeling whole.
And it's so important to remember that expression isn't just for artists. It's a tool for every single one of us. When you actually put your thoughts and feelings into words or into some form, you start to understand them better. And that whole process, it builds self-awareness, confidence, and a real sense of emotional stability. It's about actively processing your life, not just letting it happen to you.
And the ways to do this can be incredibly simple. Seriously,
You don't need to write a novel. A few lines in a notes app on your phone is perfect. You don't have to paint a masterpiece. Just doodling on a piece of paper works great. Or you can simply talk to a friend you trust. It's all about just creating that outlet for yourself.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. These 5 pillars, curiosity, connection, presence, movement, and expression, they really redefine what it means to enjoy life. See, it's not about chasing some constant state of happiness. It's more about the daily practice of finding meaning and little moments of joy, especially on those totally normal, ordinary days.
And that, right there, is the real takeaway. It is not about changing everything all at once. So I'll just leave you with this question. Looking at these 5 pillars we talked about, what's just one small thing you can do today